You like comic books? Nerd.
Merc with the Mouth fans everywhere have reason to rejoice. Our man Deadpool's landed himself a live-action movie starring Ryan Reynolds that's set to debut February 12th, 2016.
It's been on the drawing board since X-Men Origins, but Fox has always been wary of pulling the trigger. Ryan Reynolds has been pushing for this movie since 2010, and they even made a test video for it around that same time. The video finally got leaked to the internet this summer. The link to that video is in the description below. This video shows our guy Deadpool making jokes, being awesome, and of course, killing lots of bad guys. The teaser video is voiced by Ryan Reynolds himself, and I gotta tell ya, it's fantastic. They do an amazing job of capturing the essence of Deadpool and staying true to the comic.
For those of you who've only seen Deadpool in X-Men Origins, or you haven't really heard about him at all, let me give you a brief synopsis of who he is. Now, the first thing we need to get straight is that the Deadpool from X-Men Origins is not, I repeat, is not the real Deadpool.
The X-Men Origins version of him is a travesty. It should never even be spoken of again. They changed everything about him, and he wasn't even recognizable as Deadpool.
Oh, and come on! Those swords that come out of his hands, they were longer than his entire arm. Like, where do the swords go when he retracts them? Is there like a black hole in his elbow that they disappear in? I mean, what the heck? Anyway, I'm sorry for that rant. I'm a little passionate about this subject, as you can see. But let me say, spoiler alert for any of you who have not seen Days of Future Past, but the whole X-Men timeline has now been erased. So that means that everything except for X-Men First Class has now been eradicated from the X-Men universe. And that includes X-Men Origins Deadpool. So he is now gone, so he can be added back into the X-Men universe, and it won't bother anything. It'll be perfectly fine with the timeline. Ryan Reynolds himself is a big fan of the comics, and he's been pushing for them to use the correct and comically accurate version of Deadpool. Now, apparently Fox agrees because sources say that it looks like Fox is going to be going with the original red and black Deadpool.
So anyway, who was Deadpool in the comics? In the comics, Deadpool, aka Wade Winston Wilson, was diagnosed with terminal cancer. In an attempt to cure his cancer, he signed up for the Weapon X program. Yes, that is the same program that gave Wolverine his adamantium skeleton. In Weapon X, Wade got experimented on and tortured, but also got an artificial version of Wolverine's healing factor. The healing factor cured Wade of his cancer, but it left his body scarred and really disgusting looking. It also messed with his head, so he's considered mentally unstable. This mental instability is generally linked with the fact that he knows he's in a comic book and regularly talks to the reader in voices in his head. Wade eventually escaped from the program and donned the name Deadpool. This was the birth of the anti-hero mercenary who breaks the fourth wall, loves chimichangas, and regularly kills lots of baddies.
So basically, Deadpool is like the ultimate comic hero because he does whatever he wants on any given day. One day, he can decide to go and assassinate Spider-Man. The next day, he can decide to join the X-Men and help save the world. He just does whatever he wants to do because he can. So he's just really awesome and so much fun to see. So anyway, let's get back to talking about the movie. As I said earlier, it's set to be released on February 12th, 2016. Now, that has a little bit of cause for concern because that's only 15 months away from right now. Now, that's a really short amount of time. If we look at the Avengers movie, which are kind of the standard, they've been making those in several years, and now we're making Deadpool in a year and a half. So that's pretty fast. But it actually might not be as bad as it looks, because the script was written back in 2010 when Ryan Reynolds and his buddies first were advocating for this movie to be made. And apparently the script was really good, and that's one of the reasons this movie's actually been able to go through. So they don't have to do all that. It's already been kind of set up. So a year and a half really actually could be feasible for this movie.
Now, Tim Miller, a visual effects guy who had a big hand in the making of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, is getting his directing debut on the Deadpool movie.
So I'm actually really excited about the selection of director because he's actually worked on a lot of quality films. And the other thing that bodes well for him is the fact that he's not a huge name. Now, that might seem counterintuitive, but think about it. Someone like J.J. Abrams or Christopher Nolan, they can just go throw their name on it and they basically get by on that alone. They're just Christopher Nolan. They're the best. Well, this guy, he can't get by on his name. Tim Miller's a smaller name guy. So he's going to have to make a quality movie that the fans and fanboys want to see. So that will actually give us a great chance at seeing the Deadpool movie that we've all been dreaming about for so long. Now, the other really cool thing about Tim Miller is the fact that he's a special effects expert. So we should expect to see some really cool CGI and cinematography in this movie. I'm super stoked for that. Now, it looks like this movie will actually be rated R, which I'm actually going to be happy about.
It would be really hard for Fox to make a Deadpool movie that's PG-13, due to the fact that he has a knack for crude humor and a lot of violence. So I'm glad Fox is just accepting that, because I think it'll help us make a more authentic movie that's true to the script, and that's really all a fanboy can ask.
Lastly, the Deadpool movie comes out just a few months before the X-Men Apocalypse movie.
This is actually a really big deal for Deadpool's future on the big screen, because Apocalypse's end credit scene is rumored to be a teaser for an X-Force movie that'll be coming out in 2017. If this is the case, it's very important to Deadpool's career because he has a huge role in the X-Force comics. If the Deadpool movie does really well, it's likely that Deadpool will appear in the X-Force as well as a Deadpool sequel.
Now, if you guys want to see Deadpool as part of the X-Force, support the Deadpool movie. Well, that's the latest on the Deadpool movie. I'll hopefully be putting up a review on Gotham Episode 1 very soon after it comes out. So be ready for that and subscribe so you can see my other videos that I'm going to be posting. Also, if there's any other movies, games, TV shows, or whatever that you want me to do a review on, especially comic-related stuff, post them in the comments, and I'll hopefully get to those ASAP. Anyway, from all of us here at Closet Nerd, I want to say thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.